monkey do, monkey she, monkey do.
Hey, what's going on? It's Jessie, also known as Dear What the Heck, also known as Jessie Magoo. Well, I like that it's kind of backfiring on them because they really thought that I was going to, cry and be all upset that Chris Hansen's investigated my life and everything. But, I'm just being like, I don't care.
Stop overreacting. How am I overreacting? I tried so hard. Do you guys believe in God? Like, don't you think it's fucked up? It's pure evil.
H-E-L-L-O.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Haiti. Today I'm going to be joined by Wes. He and I are going to be talking about a very disturbed individual, Jessica. She has manipulated, lied, caused chaos throughout many communities for years. She catfished someone she already knew, accused a deceased man of rape without evidence, and sent unsolicited nudes, including to a 14-year-old boy. She faked pregnancies, careers, relationships, and even her address. She's also been to jail for battery against her ex-boyfriend, served probation, and still has not changed. In fact, she's currently violating an active restraining order on a daily basis, showing how she has zero regard for boundaries and consequences. And when she's not caught in a lie, she resorts to suicide baiting, posting false threats of self-harm to manipulate others and drag action back to herself. This is the same person who was called out by Chris Hansen, and yet she continues spinning tales under aliases like Dear What the Heck, Jessie Magoo, and recently asked to be called Goddess Jessie. But the truth is, she's not a goddess, she's a walking cautionary tale. Wes and I are going to break it all down, and this is one you guys don't want to miss. Sit down, get comfortable, grab a snack, and definitely buckle up because we're in for one hell of a ride. Throughout this video, you're going to see a pattern of Jessie thinking that she is adorable. Nobody loves Jessica more than Jessica loves Jessica. So Wes is going to bring us back in time and tell us about how he even came to know who Jessica is. So let's get into some more Jessica lore.
Hey Wes, so I'm just hanging out. I'm sick in bed and all that jazz. So yeah.
And a hoodle and a side of soup. And a hoodle, and a hoodle, and a hoodle and a side of soup.
Chit chat, chitty chitty bang bang, chit chat, chitty bang bang.
And a hoodle and a side of soup.
Chit chat, chitty chitty bang bang, chit chat, chitty bang bang.
Oh, monkey she, monkey do, monkey she, monkey do. Chit chat bitty bang bang.
I'm sick.
So yeah, I met Jessie because of a joke. March 31st, 2022, it's a bingo live stream night. Someone asked, what do we do if we win? I said, email me. Someone else said, what if we lose? I said, if you lose, just slide into my DMs. Jessie didn't take that as a joke. She would spend the next few hours searching for a way to contact me. The next morning on April 1st, 2022, so it's April Fool's Day, and I wake up to a Facebook message that says, hi, is this the West Most? I don't have a Twitter and I couldn't find an email, but I'm really horny and thought I'd give it a try and see if I can reach you. See, I thought this was a prank because people don't talk like this. But Jessie does. Within 5 minutes, Jessie had sent her first of many unsolicited nudes. A quick scan of her YouTube channel told me she was a lolcow, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that got my attention. Now, for context, I am kind of a troll. I started my first YouTube channel called Cheater Pop in 2018, and I was catching married men near a playground trying to pick up prostitutes. My name on the show was Dis Hansen.
Oh my god, it's Dis Hansen and Cheater Pop!
And that's funny because just a year later, I would actually be feuding with Chris Hansen on YouTube. I'd make them answer trivia questions, read their chat logs.
Can you look at the camera and say, guys, don't pay for vagina with gift cards?
Guys, don't pay for vagina with gift cards.
Thank you.
That's embarrassing.
Sometimes they'd even sing, because what's not funny about a lolcow singing?
When you hear those words, you deserve, you've been Cheater Pop. Yeah!
And the whole idea was they can play these games or I could expose them. Oh, here's another funny story. See, I now have a 20-year restraining order against my former co-host here, who turned out to be an absolute fucking psycho. But that's a story for another day, probably.
So as you just saw, Wes is no stranger to crazy person on the internet. He has tons of experience dealing with nut jobs on the internet who, unfortunately, you have to take real life measures and get restraining orders against them. So when case studies came in contact with Jessie Magoo, as she calls herself now, aka Jessica, and saw that she made countless videos about him, even though she denies that now, we have the evidence going back months. She started stalking him in April, even though she says otherwise. Once Case knew who Jessica actually was and knew that she had been interviewed by Chris Hansen, he reached out to Wes because who better to go to than someone that's already dealt with this LOL cow, lol cow, however you want to say it, on the internet and ask for advice. Like, what should I do with this crazy girl who will not leave me alone? So Case asked him what to do, and then Case also got granted a restraining order as well. And for some reason, Jessica cannot handle that. She cannot handle the fact that Case Studies has a restraining order on her. She's trying to appeal it. She is harassing the court clerks, whose names apparently are Emily and Gail. I only know that because she posts about them on almost a daily basis, about how she reaches out to them, and they tell her, oh, we don't know why he's doing this to you, sweetie. We don't know. I mean, they're the court clerks. They can't help you, Jessica. And she has it in her mind that if she goes to court that she'll be seen by a jury and she'll make it to the Supreme Court. I've said this before, I'll say it again. There will never be a jury. If you go to appeals court, it'll go to another judge who will look at what the first judge granted and go from there. He'll decide if the first judge made the correct decision or not. And based on the fact that you still have not stopped posting about case studies, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be granted again and probably extended even longer than it already was because you are a complete psychopath.
I am finding that Michelle has engaged in stalking behavior. I am going to grant the protection order. I'm going to grant you a 20-year protection order.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so I will be granting the 20-year protection order. You need to follow the order exactly. You should never contact Ms. again by phone, by email, by fax, in person, on social media. If you do, it is a violation of the protection order and you can be arrested and charged. It is a crime to violate the protection order. Never contact him again.
Ma'am, can I appeal this?
So once again, this situation with Jessica now, this year, 2025, relates a lot to the situation that Wes had with his ex-co-host, I guess you can call her, back in the past. So Jessica also wants to appeal this.
Then I'll have my court case, and then, then Supreme Court, if that doesn't work out, it's gonna be a long couple years, fortunately. But this is the route that I chose to go to because I refuse to be slandered, defamed, and have my reputation ruined when things are not true. Simple as that. So,
as I said earlier, she wants to appeal this and she thinks it'll go to the Supreme Court because she's delusional. What sane person asks to appeal a restraining order? It's like I said in another video, it's saying, please, judge, please let me harass this man, please. That is psychotic. Just let it go and move on with your life. You're making yourself look even crazier if that's even possible, which apparently it is. Anyway, back to us.
That first channel never launched because I got sued before a single video went live. But by 2022, I'd gone from feuding with Chris Hansen years earlier to actually working with him. Together, we'd expose scammers, liars, fake veterans, munchies, even a 50-year-old genie fucker in the To Catch a Predator community who admitted to sexual chats with high school girls. Jessie knew about all of this, but still thought it was a good idea to slide into my inbox. Jessie knew exactly who I was because she'd been commenting on my videos since 2020. She'd even uploaded skits a full year before she first reached out to me, where she was packing bags to move to my house. But I had no idea who she was. Yet. At first, she was actually kind of funny, a little quirky, a little unhinged, but harmless enough. She begged for attention. She would do these crazy skits and songs on voice memos. She was just kind of weird.
I just want to get myself out there. I just want to feel free, be liberated. And I'm thinking that maybe I should just get myself out there. Now that my best friend Savannah got herself a new man, I should get myself a new man. Because my man, he's always away at work. And I'm always so horny. And he never comes home early. And I'm just pickpocketing my pussy. And I'm just thinking maybe I should just get myself a new man.
She did change her name to Ghosted on Facebook when I didn't respond to her fast enough, but other than that, she was pretty boring. What I didn't know was that Jessie had just changed her YouTube channel name because months before reaching out to me, she'd been exposed in another community for hypersexual content, doxing, harassment, and more. When it all fell apart there, she did what she always does. Melted down, made weak apologies, she instantly walked back, and she played the victim. The channel name change made it harder to connect the past to her new persona. Then the weirdness started, calls at 2 a.m., paragraphs of text at 4. If I didn't respond, she'd pop up in my chat or comments, and every time I try to pull back, she'd twist it. You're leading me on. For the record, Jessie knew from the start I was in a serious relationship and not at all interested. But it didn't matter. She sent nudes constantly, begged for attention, and even asked when I'd let her move into my closet so she could be my bratty little sub. And no, that's not a joke. That was a real thing she said repeatedly.
I will agree to continue this if 1, I'm your sub, and 2, we do Queen of Spades every week. With me, McNuggets can't be in any streams whatsoever, 0%, because I think we need to keep severely mentally ill away from, this environment.
Just jumping in here really quickly to say that the irony of Jessica saying that she needs to keep the severely mentally ill away is so ironic. Need I say more?
But like I said, that's the only thing I will agree to. Now, if you want to agree, schedule a call with me.
Outside of the occasional fake commercial for Celsius Energy or a screeching rant here and there.
And again, I'm sorry if I'm rambling too much. I'm just very tired and, I'm not really thinking straight, but I do have a Celsius. A Celsius is an essential vitamin energy drink, comes in a variety of flavors, including seltzers, teas, and sodas. I'm drinking cola. Cola is a sparkling drink with no preservatives, no sugar, helps accelerate metabolism, and burns body fat. Try one today at a store near you.
What you just heard was Jessica doing a random Celsius commercial. She likes to do random commercials when she's talking to people. Why? I do not know. Why does she do anything that she does? This is a Celsius commercial from years ago. Well, it's not a commercial, it's a poll that she did from years ago. It says, try a Celsius today. They come in a variety of flavors and types, such as seltzers, teas, and soda, full of essential vitamins. You don't need caffeine anymore. Forget crashes or over drinking caffeine. Try a Celsius and feel woke. This advertisement is not sponsored, and I'm just spreading the word and how amazing these beverages really are. Will you try one today? And then the poll. Okay, so what you know is that she would do Celsius commercials like a weirdo. What you don't know, and I'm about to tell you, is that the company, the brand, Celsius, actually asked her to stop doing her weird commercials to them and stop contacting them. That's why she had to write in this post that this advertisement is not sponsored, and I'm just spreading the word about how amazing these beverages really are, because Celsius actually asked her to leave them alone and stop promoting them and stop contacting them. That actually happened.
Jessie was pretty dull, so I mostly kept her on the back burner until July 11th, 2022. For a few weeks, Jessie had been jumping into Predator Sting streams and asking questions like, is anyone else horny tonight? Because why not? We were listening to troll phone calls featuring a convicted sex offender and a catfish, so why would Jessie insist on going around talking about being horny? I sent her a simple Skype message that night and told her that she was making people uncomfortable and to maybe tone it down. Most people would have taken that message and just rolled on with their life, but that's when Jessie had a meltdown. She instantly went live, crying and apologizing, saying, "It's happening again." And that line stuck out. Again? This told me this wasn't her first time being told to chill the fuck out, not her first time being called out for problematic behavior. I wanted to know what that meant. She announced she was leaving YouTube that night, but first, she'd do an overnight sleep stream, because Jessie couldn't leave without one last hit of attention. It didn't matter if it was hate, sympathy, or just the random simps from her black screen masturbation streams. Attention was attention.
Hey guys, so I'm going to start a stream, my final stream for a while. I'm going to play Animal Crossing, hang out. Don't really expect anyone to watch or anything, but if you do, that's totally groovy. Watch the replay, same.
So Jessie not only did that goodbye sleep stream, she also left people voice notes like this.
If there's anything else I could do other than apologize, let me know. I feel fucking stupid, and now no one's going to forgive me, and it's gonna be a whole big thing. And I've been in this community for years. And I've always done this. Now people are going to say she's been doing this for years. She's made everyone uncomfortable. I'm sorry. That's all I have to say. I really am.
And left posts like this one, because everything has to be big and dramatic with Jessica. She can't just leave quietly. She's got to make a scene with the hopes that people will ask her, please stay. So this post that she wrote says, I am leaving YouTube. I may have some pre-recorded content every once in a while, but I am going to stay away from streaming. There are sick people on the internet, and I am taking the advice to not stream on YouTube anymore. I am being doxxed, harassed, and threatened to share that I was raped when I was 12 to 13 years old. Mind you, now she says 15, other times she said she was 8. So yeah. This is disturbing, and there is a cold place in hell for people that are making up lies about me for attention. I will do the interview with Chris Hansen if I need to, but I am getting off YouTube anyway. I want a lie detector test because I am confident. I appreciate people that are supporting me and want to see me come out of the haze. I am officially logging out of YouTube. My friend has my password and will not allow me to log on, and they will post the pre-recorded videos for me. That's totally believable that it's not you posting them. I have received great advice. There are people on TV that are perceived as a villain or someone they are not in real life, and they have to deal with tabloids and controversy. It is how I react that matters. I'm not going to react. I'm off YouTube. The next pre-recorded video will be this weekend. Then I go on his channel. That is harassment. What? Okay. If you make videos about me, that is harassment. Just leave me alone. My stalker won't stop contacting me. I am making a new email and switching everything over. Touch some grass and leave me alone. Isn't that so eerie to what she says now, especially at the end with my stalker? This is like I said earlier, this is a pattern with her. She has a script that she clearly uses over and over again, and it's freaky. Anyway, so this is back to the sleep stream that she did now. Because, it's totally normal to record yourself while you're sleeping. She actually did that once a few weeks ago, I'm pretty sure, but then afterwards she said that she was pretending to sleep. Okay, Jessica.
While she was asleep, members from the anti-Katie Joy community showed up in her chat and dropped the truth about her past. That's when it clicked. Jessie wasn't just eccentric, she was dangerous. If she'd actually left that night, none of what followed would have happened. But Jessie insisted on staying, insisted on getting just a little bit more. We learned that she'd sent unsolicited nudes, not just to me, not just to other adults, but to at least one alleged minor.
And there was one other thing. What was it? I'm not a fucking pedophile.
When confronted about it, she acted like she didn't know his age.
I'm not a fucking pedophile.
That he'd lied.
I'm not a fucking pedophile.
Then she blamed the kid's parents for not teaching him about body shaming because apparently he'd called her fat and that was her reason for sending the nude.
I'm not a fucking pedophile.
Because there's always an excuse with her.
I'm not a fucking pedophile.
Have you ever sent an unsolicited nude of yourself to someone else?
Just my NSFW server that I can think of.
The question that I'm asking is, have you ever sent an unsolicited, sexually suggestive or nude photo of yourself to anyone?
Yes, in my lifetime, yes, I have.
Okay. And why would you do that?
I get a lot of attention from being a beautiful girl, so I understand that it's not right, but I've always had positive responses and everything. Anyone that I could ever think of, they've always sent things back, or water emojis, sexted with me, stuff.
It's always someone else's fault.
I'm actually a little mortified that Jessica doesn't seem to know this, but a guy sending you those things on the internet doesn't mean that you're gorgeous and that you're like the prettiest thing on the face of the planet. Guys in real life, and especially on the internet, will say anything to get you to do certain things. You're 31 years old and you don't know that? Girl, oh, I'm so embarrassed for you right now. If you were first of all, I'm not saying that you're not a pretty girl. You're not bad looking at all. You definitely are not what you describe. I won't elaborate on that. But you're not you could have everything you want if you tried, but you don't do anything. You just sit online literally all day every day and then say other people do that, but there's literally proof that you are online all day every day. Oh my god, I have to show the notifications for that. Okay, so I wasn't planning on showing this in this video, but since I mentioned it, here is a bot on Discord. It's not my bot, it's in a server that I'm in, and they have a bot for all creators or people that they just want to get notifications for, basically. So as you can see, it says, "Dear what the fuck, the Predator." They wanted notifications for her. And what is that number there? Since the last time I checked this Discord to see her notifications, she posted 211 times. Yes, 211 times. And this goes back to the 25th. Today is the 29th, so that is 211 times in 4 days. And she says other people are online all day, every day. Girl, the evidence speaks for itself. You could look at my posts, or Wes's posts, or Exposing's posts, or anyone's posts, and nobody posts as much as you do. No one that I know posts as much as you do. It's wild. And she also posts and then deletes, but you still posted. Just because you took it down doesn't mean it doesn't count. You still took the time and did it. You really need to get a hobby, girl. Besides this. Please, for your sake and the people around you's sake. My goodness. But okay, yeah, back to what I was saying. It's not that you're not pretty. It's not that, but guys will say anything. Anything. Just because they're saying these things to you doesn't make what they're saying true. Do you get it? I hope you get it. You should try leaving your house and having physical contact with someone, since you seem to be so hypersexual, but you can't get a guy, which is mind-boggling. It really is. You've only had one boyfriend in your whole life. I know you say you have your man and your famous OnlyFans girlfriend, but we all know that's not true. So you can keep saying it. I know you're gonna keep saying it and thinking people believe you, just like you think that people believe that you don't still live with your parents. We all know that you do. And we all know that you don't work, even though you've said that you had 3 different jobs in the last week. You said, bud tender, then you said you were a trimmer, and now you're doing voiceovers. That was literally in 3 different jobs in 3 days that you had. And yet you post online all day, every day. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic here. I could just rant forever about how crazy this girl is. Back to us.
I knew I needed to expose her. I told Jesse that Chris Hansen had heard about the accusations and wanted to do a video. In reality, Chris had no fucking clue who Jesse was, but I thought a couple of recorded interviews could expose her behavior and lies. I told her Chris was a busy man and couldn't talk to her himself, so she would do the interviews with me, I would send him the recordings, and he would decide if he wanted to make an exposed video or not. What started as 1 or 2 calls would turn into more than 100 calls over several months. It would take hours to break down the troll in its entirety, but all of the calls are uploaded in order to the Addy to Batty channel. In the first 4 days alone, I had Jesse sing songs.
This is Jessie. This is July 15th, 2022. Sorry. Just taking a sip of Celsius.
That's good.
I'm sorry I'm bad. I'm sorry I'm blue. I'm sorry about all the things I said to you. And I know I can't make it back.
She did fake ad reads for Raid Shadow Legends, Celsius Energy, and Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor.
You guys, I love me some rocket fuel. I like to clean my bathroom, and you know, it makes my feet stink, and I love it. I love it so much that I want you to buy one too. It is so delicious, and I'm telling you, I clean my kitchen sinks, I clean my bathroom sinks, I clean it all. Nothing works better than rocket fuel.
Say it's great for black people or people who aren't black.
It's great for black people or people that aren't black.
Like basically anyone.
Basically anybody.
Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor. Damn!
Everything she did in the past, she still does today. I said in my first video that it seems like she has a script and she just looks at the script and then does it over again every single time she gets exposed because, mind you, she's been exposed in 2021, 2022, 2024, and now 2025. Only year that she wasn't exposed was 2023. She says that she took a break from the internet for 2 years. I guess she's talking about that time period, but that would only be 1 year, not 2. And I highly, highly doubt she was actually on a break from the internet. She was probably doing who knows what. It's probably causing terror in some other community. But yeah, anyway, you see she did that Sassy Savannah commercial. Well, she still does it today. I have a few clippings of her doing a Sassy Savannah voice or character or whatever it is. And one day recently, she had a full-on conversation with herself. She was playing multiple different roles. It was Sassy Savannah, then I guess Grandpa, Old Man, or someone who was ordering the food, and then some other character who's nameless. I don't know, but it's a whole conversation she had with herself.
And who do? Oh, goodness gracious, bless your hearts and hope to die, stick a needle in your eye. We are slammed here at the Jesse house. What can I get for you two today? I think I'm gonna have any hoodle. Are you going to have any hoodle or your regular Grandpapa? Yes. I'm sorry, I don't have my teeth. I don't have my dentures. Yeah, I think he'll have the any hoodle. All right, 2 any hoodles coming right up. Now we have a special going on right now. For $6.99, you get any hoodle with a side of soup and a pop. Are you interested in that today? Yes. All right. Any hoodle, any with a big old side soup. Any hoodle with a big old side soup. All right, we have spicy ranch. We got spicy. We got cool ranch. We got buffalo soldier. Coming to America. Don't get the spicy. It's gonna be too much for you, Grandpapa. He'll take the what was the other one? Was Thai chili? Yes, if another one's spicy, we will get her spicy.
So yeah, that was one full conversation she had with herself out loud, and this one here is a full conversation she had with herself in her own comment section a couple of weeks ago. She answered to herself as if she was having a conversation with someone else, as if she forgot to sign out of the account and switch into another one to make it look like she was actually replying to someone else. Yeah. Oh, I should mention that it was a full 39 comments also. A 39 comment conversation with herself.
She did a legal intake call with a non-existent law firm in an attempt to file the dumbest lawsuit imaginable.
Okay.
But Jesse has been accused of sending photos to a minor, nude photos
Oh.
to a minor, but it was someone who had called her fat, and so Jesse wanted to prove.
Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly.
And no one knew that they were a minor. They lied about their age, and they clicked off a checkbox on Discord saying that they were over 18.
So as you just heard, yes, Jessica sent unsolicited nudes to a minor, a 14-year-old boy. She has since denied this. In some stories she says that she didn't know that he was underage, and in other stories she says that he lied and he wasn't underage and he was actually an adult who just said he was underage to get her in trouble or something like that. She goes back and tells all different stories, but here's a recording of her actually admitting that she sent nudes to a 14-year-old. She knew he was a 14-year-old and she messed up by doing this. One of the very few times Jessica actually admitted the truth.
He was coming into my live streams and calling me fat. I didn't handle myself well, and I take full accountability for that. I went to him and sent him a side profile of my body in which he took a screenshot circled around the fat on my body. Why is this person doxing people? Because I changed my name from Jay to Jesse.
So yes, you heard that correctly. Jessica decided to send this 14-year-old boy nudes because he called her fat and she wanted to prove him wrong. And just like she still does today, she has to make herself the victim in every situation, so she lies and said that he doxed her, which has absolutely nothing to do with the situation, but that is her reason for sending this boy, this child, nudes of herself, because he doxed her, which is bullshit. So she sends him nudes and he responds, "Don't send me nudes, are you insane?" And she says, "I'm showing you I'm not fat. Proof." And then she goes on to send another unsolicited nude of herself and says, "I'm not fat. If this is fat, then Mindy is severely, outrageously obese. Mindy looks like the person in your GIF. You have a fat troll friend who lies. Mindy is a liar. Facts." Kind of ironic coming from the girl who every single sentence out of her mouth is a damn lie.
She read her disgusting wolf smut.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on my face. There once was a wolf the Squashian villagers called Big Bad, not because he was tall and malicious in some ways, but because he had a big cock and the ladies loved it.
And even took part in an anti-bullying skit, all thinking this was for Chris Hansen. Then came the real accusations. Jesse started calling people predators, claiming she had proof.
Last night, Jesse did a live stream, and well, Jesse, why don't you say it?
I accused them. I had the wrong information sent to me by maybe a troll, you would say, that she was a child rapist. And I only believed this because she's been calling me a predator. And at that point.
So don't call people child rapists is what you're saying.
Okay, you heard that out of Jessica's own mouth. She called some other girl a child rapist because the girl was calling her a predator. So because the girl said that Jessica was a predator because of the things that she does online, like send unsolicited nudes to every man that she speaks to, including children, and actively tries to get with known sex offenders that are on the sex offender registry, and she tries to get with them, not caring that they're sex offenders. That's why she's called a predator. Because this girl called her a predator because in most people's opinion, it's true, then she accused this girl of raping children. Does it sound at all familiar to what's going on? Because she called Case a pedophile for absolutely no fucking reason. Actually, you want to know the reason? She says that Case called her a stalker months ago, back in April. There's no evidence of this. Case didn't even know who she was back then, but regardless, Jessica is pathological and delusional. So here we are.
No. And
Okay.
She tried to extort Joey Teacap for $50,000 by threatening to accuse him of sexual assault.
She also told Joey Teacap that if he didn't pay her money because of what happened with him sending me that private message, that she was going to tell people that he raped a woman.
But I was saying,
you can't falsely accuse somebody of crimes like that.
okay, but then they accused
Just
me
like
of
they've,
agency guilt. So.
exactly, and that's why we're suing them. We don't want you
Okay,
to
I
also
will
be
make an
sued.
public apology. There's no problem.
So Jessica actually tried to extort Joey for quite a bit. A new car, $50K, a spray tan, and even a haircut.
You're going to tell me the sources' names. I'm going to confront them today. I'm going to get in my shitty car, which, by the way, I want you to buy me a new car because it can't even pass inspection because it has so many freaking issues. I want a new car. I want my hair done. I want a nice spray tan. So I want $50,000 from you for defamation and causing emotional distress.
Excuse me, how is your broken down car my problem?
It's not. It's not, but I'm saying that you are causing me emotional distress and I want money from you. You're giving me the names. You're giving me the names right now. You're giving me the name. Hold on. I need a paper and pen. 1 second, because I'm literally going to go to their office.
Whose office?
There's no paper and pen. The fact that you are spreading misinformation about me without accurate information. I'm coming for your channel. You're not going to have a channel anymore unless you solve this and resolve this issue and make a public apology because this is not freaking fair. This is misinformation. Did you rape someone? Because I think I may have heard a rumor that you raped someone. So I'm going to go around telling people
monetary gain? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, I cut you off.
What was that, Jesse, that you said?
Jesse, you said that you wanted a public apology and then I don't have to pay you anything.
No, you would have to pay and apologize.
What was that rumor that you said you were going to spread about Joey?
Oh, so if you don't do this, since I don't have any freaking proof of this, but since you don't have any proof of what you're saying, I'm going to tell people that you're a rapist and a girl came to me in my DMs and told me that she doesn't want to come out because you have millions of views on your channel and she doesn't want to be public about this. How about that? Because that's exactly what's going on with me. You're spreading misinformation. I don't have DNA proof of this alleged rape, but I do have DMs, a-hole.
Hey, that's crossing a line there. Jesse, come on.
So, yeah. Do you know what it's like? Do you want to know what it's like?
Jesse, listen, you said you needed a haircut.
I want a new car. I want a haircut. I need a nice tan because now I probably am going to be crying in my room all day. So I'm going to miss out on sunlight. Yeah. And I want, I want a couple $1,000s to get me off my feet so I can have a nice little home for me. And then I can make my nice little TCAP videos and take you down.
Okay, leave out the taking down me part. We could work on a team on this because I pay people to make bumpers for me. So if you want to give me a bumper, like, hey, this is Jesse, and you're listening to Joey's TCAP channel, I pay $1,000 for those for people on Fiverr.
Hi, this is Jesse, and this is the Rapist TCAP, Joey TCAP channel.
Well, you might want to leave out the rapist part.
Or
no, not until things are resolved.
Well, Jesse, how about alleged rapist? Because
alleged rapist, but I'm not paying $1,000 for that.
The story that he put out, he didn't say alleged, so why do I have to say alleged?
Well, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't quite a story. He asked me about it, but in your bumper, maybe you should say you're watching the alleged. Because if anyone heard that and then he took you to court, then you have what's legally known as a flippity flop, and that's when you're suing him and you don't. Trust me, any lawyer, when they hear that there's a legal flippity flop going on, they're gonna back out. Even Mike Morse. So, but I just so you know, if the Mike Morse thing doesn't work out, I do know of another law firm that can work with you, and we can get on with them and do like your intake and stuff as soon as tomorrow. So I'm just
That'd
wait
be
to hear
great.
from
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm very upset, and I don't think that Joey even understands what he's.
When that failed, she went even lower, claiming on a live stream to have proof that a former mod for her channel was previously arrested for essay against minors. She also claimed to have proof she couldn't show, and that former mod's crime against Jessie just deciding they didn't want to be around her anymore. During one troll livestream set up solely so that Jessie could be called out for all of her bullshit in front of a live audience, she chose to use a sex toy live during the stream after I yelled at her because she, quote, liked when I talked to her that way.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Jessie.
I could say the same thing for her.
What are you doing? Are you using a copier machine? Are you making Xeroxes?
No.
What was that sound?
Now it's on. My sister had to use the bathroom, and I had to get off.
By August 1st, 2022, just a few weeks after it started, I was done. The messages, the calls, it was all constant and draining. When I told her I was done, she said, if I can't move in and be your bratty little sub, things are going to get messy. I took that as anyone would, that she was threatening me.
I don't want any drama and everything. The things that you said about me to people and stuff, and it just hurt me, and I shouldn't have reacted that way. I'm a woman. We have hormones, and
stop blaming your hormones. Stop blaming your hormones.
It's not an excuse, it's explanation.
You threatened me. You threatened me, and threatening me doesn't go well. You know that.
But you threatened. Please. I like when you talk like this to me, but I don't also because you're very serious right now.
You're threatening me when I asked you to leave me alone. How would it be if the situation was reversed? If you asked me to leave you alone, and then the next day I contacted you and told you that things were about to get messy for you.
I gave you some space and everything, and I'm working.
No. I didn't ask, Jesse. I didn't.
I think
Jesse.
that things got out of hand, and how I've discussed with some people is that the whole. Please stop being so mean. That's all. That's all.
You need to listen. You need to listen. Listen to me. I need you to listen. Then I need you to listen. Then I need you to repeat what I'm going to say.
Okay.
We will not be talking again. I need you to repeat that. Because if you don't, Jesse, I not only have proof that I asked you in writing to leave me alone, but I have you calling me and refusing to listen to me when I'm telling you to leave me alone. That is harassment.
Okay, we're having a break.
We are not having a break, Jesse.
So please message me when you take a breather and everything, and then we will be live. I definitely want to discuss some things like 15 minutes before the live, so it's more organized and all of that jazz. There's no reason to have a child on your stream. So once you get a chance to breathe and everything, let's discuss what we're doing for tonight's stream. All right, see you soon.
The very next day, Jessie made good on her threat, and she started spreading rumors that I was a child predator, posting it across her community tab, Discord servers, and her YouTube channel. I had done a few live streams up until this point with a 20-year-old community member who Jessie was insanely jealous of. Jessie then claimed that I had met this person, Evil Little McNuggets, while they were still in high school, and that we in fact had an illegal relationship. This wasn't true. I had just encountered this person online a month prior. Again, this was something Jessie claimed to have proof of that she was unable to share. She could have walked the fuck away, but Jessie wanted to see how far she could push before I pushed back, and the answer was that far.
Yeah, I don't know, it just seems so eerily familiar, all of it. Wild, man.
Less than 24 hours later, I set up a very real interview between Jessie and Chris Hansen. We were already working on a story about a pathological liar and a fake victim, so why not include one more? She thought it was another troll, but it wasn't. Chris was fully on board.
Well, I guess, if we can find some people who are offended by it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I guess we go ask her, for an interview.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she's, the kind of horror spectacle of humanity who might do a remote interview.
I'm sure she will.
3 weeks later, she had a seat for real with Chris Hansen, and the results were brutal for Jessie. She lied about everything, her past, her arrest, even this bizarre kidnapping story she made up years ago that had changed countless times over the preceding years. This would also be the first and only time I've ever had to kick anyone off of an interview with Chris.
Jessie, anything else you want to say?
No, I think that you have more questions for me because I know that you have a lot of trolls and people coming into your ear. And, this is very disturbing that, you don't believe.
I think here's what's disturbing: somebody who makes false allegations to take attention away from real victims. And I've spent an entire career helping real victims, so I'm not going to give you a platform to do that. So, Jessie, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it. One more chance to apologize to anybody else.
You're not going because I was fucking raped. So why would I fucking make that up? You're listening to AZ and Theo. That's not right. You have to be an actual journalist and dig into actual information and be ethical.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. We'll be in touch.
No, I'm not done.
Well, you'll be done when we're done.
That was insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's
just minutes after that Chris Hansen video premiered on his channel, Jessie and I went live together. She had no idea that her history had been laid bare, including her actual arrest record for domestic violence, not the marijuana charge she'd been claiming for years.
Everyone knows that I've been falsely arrested. And then the funny thing is that they found marijuana, like copious amounts of marijuana at my apartment. And so I won my false arrest case, but then they were like, oh, well, since we found all this weed on you and we didn't find scales, we didn't find little baggies, so there's no proof that you were selling anything, you obviously have a drug problem. That is what the judge said to me. You obviously have a drug problem, so we're going to put you on probation. And it was for marijuana. And I literally looked like, I'm so dramatic. I looked at the audience, like, the people waiting for their court and dates. I was like, looking at them like, most states are fucking legal. What are you fucking talking about? It was only $500 in marijuana, so it was a couple ounces. It was like a pound.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So if you want to pause to read, this is her actual arrest record from the only time that she did not live in her parents' home for 3 months. She lived in Florida with her now ex-boyfriend. I heard that the domestic dispute was over cocaine, actually. I don't think it says that in the report, but that is a story she told another time, I'm pretty sure. But then she changed it to marijuana because she can never keep her story the same. And as you can see here, the judge even ordered a psych evaluation before he would see her in court because, I mean, do I really have to explain why? And that is not standard procedure. For them to order a psych eval, that's like serious stuff. People are dealing with someone who is not in their right frame of mind pretty much all the time, it seems like.
She was also exposed for lying about the man she alleged had kidnapped and sexually assaulted her when she was anywhere from 8 to 13 years old.
What year did this happen? What year did...
I don't remember. I do remember it was 7th grade. I might have said that I was 12, 13, but I don't do math correctly, and I will say that 100% was 7th grade, and it was right before high school.
And now, as of the year 2025, she has changed the age that this happened to 15. She says that she was 15 years old when this happened. Now, I don't know what 15-year-old is in the 7th grade, but yeah.
Okay, and so what year would have that been? 2006, 2007?
I really don't know. I was graduated in 2011.
So minus 4 would be
maybe 2006,
2007, probably. After this allegation against Corey Lush, did you stay in contact with him?
Oh no, I was traumatized. That's the last thing I would want to do.
But you were still friends on MySpace in 2010.
I don't know. I can't. Well, I can't
I'm
think
telling
that
you
far.
that we found that. So if the allegation was in 2006, why are you still friends with him in 2010?
Yeah, I don't know. This happened a long time ago. I mean, I might have some things kind of different than how I thought it happened.
We had uncovered that she was in fact still in contact with this man when she was 17 years old, begging him to come to her house. When pressed by the livestream audience about her lies, she tried to claim it was all because her boyfriend had sexually assaulted her.
It's our first text to Wes. This one comes from Here to Party, and this is a message. This is a message to you. It's a $3 donation from Mr. Here to Party. And the question is, Jesse, why do you beat your boyfriend? And that's the comment to you. So I guess it's not like,
I don't. I'm actually a pacifist. So there's my answer.
I don't know, girl. These mugshots that were taken when you got arrested for domestic violence say otherwise. I'm just saying. That don't look like no pacifist to me.
For that. Yeah, and I appreciate that because I went through something really traumatic a couple years ago. And I was raped and assaulted, and I had to plead. I had to, plead that I was the perpetrator, and it was like very traumatic for me. But it was mostly like my weed possession and everything, and it was kind of wild. But I went to I got help, and
all right, we have another.
And my friend was like, and then when I was trying
Jesse?
to, what?
We have a $5 donation. This one
Can
comes
you hear
from,
me?
Yeah, but you just kept
No, I was
talking, so
I know,
but you're just
talking
going on
my
about
life coach
nothing.
and therapy.
But that's not. People aren't here to talk about your life coach. Another donation. This one comes from Very Concerned Viewer. Can Jessie explain why she lied about the reason behind her arrest?
I never lied about anything, and
Well,
I went to tons of therapy and everything, and you guys love to know that women are assaulted and have to deal with the consequences when they have been tortured. And when I was raped and everything, these times that I've been raped, I want to pretend that didn't fucking happen. That's all. That's fucking all. And I'm sorry that some people want to be like, oh, I'll get the rape kit test. I want to go to no, because I don't want anyone fucking touching me. And Wes, like, if you got fucking raped and then you had to have a thing put into your asshole and everything,
what are you talking
wouldn't want to
about?
fucking do it. You're sick. You're sick for wanting a woman to spread their fucking vaginas to prove that they were assaulted. That's all.
The domestic violence was because she had been assaulted, rewriting the story in real time rather than accepting responsibility for her own actions. Now remember this was just minutes after a video premiered where Jessie was exposed for falsely accusing another man of assaulting her, and now here she was doing it again after being exposed for domestic violence.
So I'm not exactly sure how many people in Jessica's life throughout time that she has accused of raping or sexually assaulting her, but I do know for sure, for a fact, she accused 2 people, Corey Lush, Matthew Lush's brother, and her ex-boyfriend, Ed, I think his name is, the one that she got arrested for domestic abuse the one time that she lived outside of her parents' house. She lived in Florida for 3 months, even though she spent one of those months in jail. Yeah, him. And she takes it back really quickly. Like, almost immediately she takes it back when she gets called out on it, when she realizes that, oh shit, I'm caught in a lie, and someone's going to ask him about it, and they're going to know that I'm a liar, so let me just tell people I'm a liar. So I'm not exactly sure if that was who Wes was talking about, because she also tried to accuse Wes of things too. She got mad at him once and was like, I'm going to say this about you. I'm pretty sure that happened. And yeah, that's just like her go-to tactic. If you don't do what she wants, then she's going to accuse you of doing things or being a pedophile or a predator, etc., etc. Anyway, here was a recording of her admitting that she accused her ex-boyfriend of sexual misconduct and that he didn't actually do it, and she was just saying it to, who knows what her purpose was, honestly. But yeah.
Years ago I lived with someone shortly, and I basically last night I accused him of raping me and assaulting me, like physically assaulting me. That isn't true. And that is something I need to work on with a therapist, because someone who lies about something so serious has real issues. And I was the abuser, I was the aggressor, and it doesn't matter what happened and what my excuses are. And you know, years of therapy that I went through, and how there's no priors, or I don't have any priors. I was never arrested for anything else. You know, I can say that it was self-defense, but it doesn't matter.
So as you heard, she admitted it while also trying to make an excuse for why it happened.
I don't talk about these things. I don't like talk about anything that has to do with my vagina. So
Well, we're not talking about your vagina.
We're not talking about
No, we're
rape
not.
anymore.
No, we are not
We're
talking
not
about your.
talking about R-A-P-E.
There are not
We're
enough
not
songs
talking
about
we
not talking.
are
I
not
agree.
talking
There are not enough
about.
songs about not talking
So
about rape.
stop.
But
So stop.
we're not.
Please.
But we're not.
Please. Please stop.
SpongeBob in a Nightgown said the boyfriend mentioned fighting over narcotics.
I don't want to talk about rape and things that I dealt with for years. I don't want to.
No one is that, Jesse. They want to know about your.
Because you're talking in circles now, because I'm telling you.
You're the one.
I don't want to talk
you
about
could
rape.
have answered.
So
let
the
me give
next
you
question, if it's about rape and things I dealt with, domestic violence, then I'm not going to discuss.
Okay,
and
I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do.
A little snap.
Hold on. Let's move on to the next question. And if the next question is related in any way to the Hansen video, I'll end it right now, because I'm not.
No, it's
we're not
not even that. It's about anything in the past. Because I imagine going to imagine a marijuana arrest that had nothing to do with the actual thing.
It was an arrest for domestic violence. It was an arrest for domestic
because
violence.
I have
it was in May of
saved.
2018.
I have that saved. That's not the mugshot.
Yeah,
that's a different
it was
one.
Well, though there's two.
All right, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
Well, I mean, it does. I want to make sure that
abuser.
What?
I'm telling you to stop. Stop and chill the fuck out.
Well, no, I'm not the abuser. You must have got us confused. I was never arrested for domestic violence.
We talk every day, and another comment about my rape and accusing me of assaulting someone that is.
Well, they're not accusing you, because that is verified. It was
absolutely. People will accuse me of things they did to me, and people accuse me of what they did to me, and then I want to die because they made me cry and feel like I'm not even alive, because they do this to me, and I feel sad, truly. They say awful things, and I say, how are you a human being? You make me sad, so sad.
Jesse, answer the fucking question.
No, I'm not talking.
Yeah, answer the question.
I'm not talking.
When I continue to press Jesse, she would have the wildest meltdown I've ever heard.
This is disgusting that because what I went through with my whole family and everything, and that you're just out this for attention and money. She was raped.
I'm paying people money.
She was raped. I love it. I'm West Boston. I love rapes.
Guys, that wasn't me saying that. Just so we're clear, that was Jesse doing an impersonation.
That moment should have been the end, but it wasn't, because Jesse wanted more. She demanded more. She still wanted to stream with me and didn't want to take no for an answer for the second time.
Stop talking. I'm not going to do this with you. That's why I put up the thing saying that I was done. Why are you calling me?
No, we're not done, and I already told people that we're not.
Well, now, Jesse, now this sounds just like July again.
Here's what's disturbing: somebody who makes false allegations to take attention away from real victims. And I've spent an entire career helping real victims, so I'm not going to give you a platform to do that. So, Jesse, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it. One more chance to apologize to anybody else.
You're not going, because I was fucking raped. Why would I fucking make that up? You're listening to AZ and Theo. That's not right. You have to be an actual journalist and dig into actual information and be ethical.
You don't get to decide when I'm done. Hey, can you respect my boundaries? Can you respect my boundaries when I'm telling you that I'm done? If I say that I'm done, it means that I'm done.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. We'll be in touch.
No, I'm not done.
Okay, this isn't Largo, Florida. You can't just do whatever you want to me.
No,
I know.
listen.
Well, we're not really done. So tomorrow we're going to do what we planned.
We have a horrible rapport. You don't listen. You make jokes that don't make sense. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So Nomigos has to be done.
No, I'm not done.
No, I agree. It's not done.
You
And I'll do
agree
what you
it's
want.
not done?
Why don't you write a script for me? And then, because that turns me on, why don't you write a script for me?
I don't write wolf porn. So that's not going to work. But here's what I'll do.
I don't either, but
Here's what I'll do.
I don't either, but can you please?
No, here's what I'm going to do.
I gotta.
What?
You want to order? You want dinner?
Yeah, she'll eat in a little bit. But yeah, just in a little bit, Mr.
Oop, who was that in the background? Her dad, who she doesn't live with? Oh, but she does, though. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you own it. When you lie and say that you live with your man that doesn't exist, and your famous OnlyFans girlfriend who also doesn't exist, and then you haven't lived with your parents for years when it's literally a fact that that's not true and that you do still live with your parents, just own it. Now she's out here trying to say that people are mocking her and shaming her for still living with her parents. So which one is it? Are we shaming you for still living with your parents, or do you not live with them anymore? And either way you're lying, basically, which is very typical for you, Jessica. And Jessica also keeps doxing herself over and over and over again in her posts and like in her community posts, like in written ones. She says her first and last name. Obviously, her first name is out there. She used it for years. But even her last name, she writes it in text form and she says it out loud all of the time. But if anyone else says it, she screams doxing. So I'm going to bleep it out. Wes just said it back there. It was a recording. He was on the phone with her, so it's not like he doxed her. And besides that, her last name was already out there anyway. But just to shut her up, I'm going to bleep it out, even though she's going to say something about it anyway. That's just how she is. But if she continues doxing herself, then I'm not going through the effort in the future, and I'm not going to bleep it out anymore. I'm doing her the favor this time, so it's up to you, girl.
All right, stop. No, he's being annoying.
No, what I was saying is, if you watched the Hansen video last night, there were a lot of things brought up, and for whatever reason, are they talking? For whatever reason, your daughter doesn't want to talk about it, but I think these things should be discussed.
You're not even talking. All right. So anyway.
Well, no, let's talk. Can I talk? Is that your mom or your dad? Can I talk to them, please? Can I talk? Can I speak with you, please?
No.
Give me the phone. Let me talk to him. What does he say? Who is Hansen? What's going on?
The next day, after she continued to make false claims against her domestic violence victim, I told her we'd contacted that ex, the man she accused. Jessie was shook and finally admitted the truth in a 6-minute video she uploaded to her channel.
Unfortunately, I do have to come clean about something. Now, I understand that people are going to say she's a liar, she's not incredible, she's a disgusting person. I'm sure that everyone is going to have things to say, and this will be copy-pasted all over YouTube. And I know that I'm damned if I did, damned if I don't, because it doesn't matter what I say. No one's going to believe me, and I'm just a piece of it, apparently. So, years ago, I lived with someone shortly, and I, basically, last night, I accused him of me and assaulting me, like physically assaulting me. That isn't true. And that is something I need to work on with a therapist, because someone who lies about something so serious has real issues.
That is very true. Someone who lies about something so serious definitely needs help. And that's the second person that you falsely accused of raping you also. And a huge problem is that it's 3 years later and you still continue to tell the same lies. Like, okay, you owned up to this one, but you're still saying that Corey Lush raped you, even though your story changed about 20 times, if not more. And you say, oh, look into him, just look him up. You'll see that he has a bunch of sexual misconduct allegations against him. So then I tell you that I did look into him and that there's nothing there at all, not even a single arrest. And then I find out after that that also Chris Hansen and his team looked into him also, looked into Corey Lush. And once again, there is absolutely nothing on the guy to say that he has all of these allegations against him. Jessica just lies, will say anything to make herself seem like she's telling the truth. When it will be better, you know how in the gypsy community we always say, like, it won't be enough until she takes accountability? It's the same thing with you. You can't say like, "Oh, I'm better now. I'm in therapy." Girl, if you are in therapy, which I don't even know if I believe, if you are, then it's absolutely pointless because you're just lying to the therapist. So you're wasting her time and your time. If you even are in therapy, literally everything you say is a lie. So I don't know why I would believe that you are anyway.
And I was the abuser, I was the aggressor, and it doesn't matter what happened and what my excuses are, and you know, years of therapy that I went through, and how there's no priors, or I don't have any priors. I was never arrested for anything else. It's wrong. And you know, making accusations against people, and I am a fucked up person, and if you're going to stick around, then you got to know that sometimes I lie and I want attention, and that's something that I'm working through in therapy, and I apologize. That is not okay. I'm not crying right now because people will say that it's fake, because apparently my real crying sounds like my fake crying, and that's just what it is. It's always been that way.
Why is fake crying a thing that you do at all, period, anyway?
But I fucked up, and I want to apologize to everyone. Anyone that's ever trusted me. I want to apologize for being a fucking piece of liar. Sorry. You know, I have regrets in life, and I thought like I've moved on because of therapy and everything, and built my channel and everything, and I didn't think that, you know, my lies would catch up to me, and here I am.
By the next morning, her admission of guilt and apology had completely vanished. Then she would pivot again, claiming that Chris Hansen had only exposed her because she'd been reporting on him for years and that he wanted revenge. It was a ridiculous and obvious lie, but it's one that she continues to repeat today in 2025.
You think you can make these slanderous claims about me? You have another thing coming, sir. You're a fraud. You're a con. You owe people money. False checks for a fucking boat. You have another thing coming, sir.
And just when you thought she couldn't get any lower, Jessie started sending nude photos and shower videos to a man she believed to be Lorne Armstrong.
Turns out today's his birthday. He's 37-year-old Lorne Armstrong, a construction worker. He's been chatting with a girl posing as a 13-year-old for more than a month. It's one of the longest chat logs we've ever seen.
Well, there's something I gotta tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on it. Now, you're free to walk out of this house right now. But if there's anything else you want to say, now would be the time to say it.
He has nothing further to say and tries to make a quick exit, apparently not knowing what's in store for him outside.
Sheriff's office, down! Get down!
Yes, this actual predator arrested on To Catch a Predator, a convicted child predator. She knew exactly who he was and still called him daddy.
I'm really super tiny. I'm 4'10" 3/4.
And here's how it started. Someone reached out to Jessie pretending to be Lorne, and Jessie didn't hesitate. She sent explicit content, flirted, and even lashed out at other women from the community she thought Lorne might be interested in more. She wasn't being ironic or funny or trying to even troll him. She did it for attention. Because if people were talking about her dating Lorne Armstrong, she'd finally feel important. She'd finally be at least talked about. And this wasn't the only time she did this either. Remember that 50-year-old community member who had sexual conversations with minors exposed by me and Chris? She also thought she was engaging with him. It was just another troll. And again, she called him daddy, sent him nudes, wanted a relationship with someone she thought would add to her infamy and bring her views, attention, and hopefully for once, some actual money. For 2 more months, she kept calling, messaging, kept trying to spin new versions of the same lies. She would bounce from very sexual posts about me to falling back on her claims that I'm a child predator. And that's where you have to drop the jokes, because this part actually matters. People like Jessie are dangerous, not YouTube drama dangerous, real world dangerous. She made false accusations of sexual assault multiple times. She sent explicit content to an alleged minor. She tried to seduce a convicted predator, and still people make excuses for her because she's a woman, because she cries, because they say she's been through a lot. I mean, you could see it firsthand on my latest Jessie stream in the comments. Someone says we should back off, we should block her, we should just let her be. You know, let her move on to the next doxing victim, the next false accusation, because somehow Jessie deserves a pass. I get it, empathy is important, but empathy without accountability isn't compassion, it's permission.
What do you think would happen to a man of your age who sent unsolicited nude photos to women?
Okay, well, that happens a lot, and that happens way more often. I get tons of, I get tons of those kinds of pictures all the time, and I never ask for it. It's just all over the internet, and it's very common. I won't say that I made people uncomfortable, but
Do you think there's a double standard there is what I'm getting at? If a guy were to send a picture of that unsolicited, it could be construed as harassment, and the question is, should it be the same when you're sending these unsolicited pictures to others? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. You just have to tell me to stop. And then I will. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for me because you had me going at first. You were sexting me and everything. And then
when a man does what Jessie did, he's a predator. When Jessie does it, people say, well, she's unstable. That double standard isn't harmless, it's lethal. Every false accusation chips away at the credibility of real survivors. Every fake story makes it harder for an actual victim to be believed.
Jessie, some of the story doesn't make sense.
Okay, well,
and this let me finish. And this would be a good time for you to come clean on this. These are very serious allegations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm happy to take a polygraph test.
And you've made them against somebody who's dead. You've sent unsolicited nudes to people. You've made false allegations. And according to at least one member of the TCAP community, you tried to extort money.
Did you rape someone? Because I think I may have heard a rumor that you raped someone. So I'm going to go around telling people
monetary gain? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, I cut you off.
What was that, Jessie, that you said?
Jessie, you said that you wanted a public apology, and then I don't have to pay you anything.
No, you would have to pay and apologize.
What was that rumor that you said you were going to spread about, Joey?
Oh, so if you don't do this, since I don't have any freaking proof of this, but since you don't have any proof of what you're saying, I'm going to tell people that you're a rapist and a girl came to me in my DMs and told me that she doesn't want to come out because you have millions of views on your channel and she doesn't want to be public about this. How about that? Because that's exactly what's going on with me.
With a false threat. Isn't it time to stop this? Isn't it time to stop trying to steal attention from real victims?
Jessie isn't broken. She's manipulative. She knows how to cry at the right moment, how to play the victim just long enough to dodge blame, and the internet eats it up because outrage is her currency. Because Lord knows she's not making money doing anything else.
Just to be clear, she's definitely not making money doing this either.
But accountability doesn't care about gender, followers, or tears. It cares about truth. Even now, after being served with a multi-year restraining order from a man that she was harassing, Jessie is still spiraling, still lying, still creating new accounts of what happened, still trying to rewrite history before it catches up to her. So when people ask how it ended, I tell them it ended when I stopped confusing pity with protection. It ended when I realized not everyone who cries victim is one. Some people actually weaponize mental health to keep hurting others. And until we start calling that what it is, predatory behavior, we'll keep watching people like Jessie burn everything they touch and blame the smoke on everyone else.
Wes just mentioned something really important about how it's years later and Jessica still is doing the same exact thing. It's like she has a script and she moves from community to community and reads her script and goes about it until she gets exposed and then moves on to the next community and does it all over again. She said it herself. She got cocky this time because she was anonymous. So she thought that she could do the things that she used to do, i.e. calling a man a predator or a pedophile, because she was behind the scenes. It doesn't work that way, and whether you're anonymous or not, you can't act this way on the internet and expect there to be no repercussions. She's still lying to this day, and something that Wes just mentioned about her mental health, she really should start to take more seriously. I already said earlier, I'm not sure if I even believe that she has a therapist, but I genuinely hope that she does, because she needs help. I'm not being funny, she really needs help. Something that she does weekly lately is suicide baiting, and apparently that is part of her history also. I have several recordings from the past of her saying, that's it, I'm just gonna kill myself, like I'm done with this. And then even from the last 2 months, September and October 2025, she's been on live streams saying that she's gonna end her life, and she already wrote her goodbye letter to her parents, and she's gonna leave them her belongings to pay for her funeral, and she's out basically. And she just doesn't want to eat because she doesn't want to defecate on her dead body, but she is just going to do one more live stream and then end her life. She has said this many times in the last few weeks. It's not funny, it's not cute, it's not okay. She's done it so many times that I can and think I will make a whole video about her suicide baiting, because it's just wrong and it shows like the way her mind thinks, and it's not okay. Jessica, you really need help. Please get help. And God forbid anyone else ever feels low enough to that point, please call the number on the screen.
At least in the end, I actually got to tell Jessie what I think about her and what her future would look like if she didn't get help. Because mental health isn't her fault, but it sure as fuck is her responsibility.
You've needed help for a very long time. You lied about that man last night. You lied and said the reason why you put your hands on him was because he raped you. What you did to Ed was wrong, and you should apologize to that man. You should apologize, one, for putting your hands on him, and two, for abusing him again, for accusing him of rape.
Okay.
I will never stream with you again. I can't trust a fucking thing that comes out of your mouth.
Why? We're doing no Migos. What the fuck? Why are you doing this?
We aren't doing, Jesse, we aren't doing anything.
No,
you falsely accused. I am not going to give you a platform to falsely accuse people of rape. I am not going to give you a platform.
I don't want to talk about my past. That's why, so we're not going to
How
talk
many
about it.
times have you said that you're not going to do something again? How many times have you said that you're not going to do something again?
All right,
and you do it
you'll just say
over
that I'm
and
not
over.
going to. I'm focusing on my TCAP content and stuff.
And the person who can go in front of hundreds of people and accuse someone of rape is trash. Trash.
Okay, and all right. Well, I'm sorry, Wes. That's all I have to say.
You should be sorry to yourself.
There's no proof
because
of
the person you're failing over and over again is Jesse.
There's no proof of what I went through.
You are hurting yourself more than anyone else, because this is going to stay with you. The internet is forever, and everyone will know who you are. You're the liar, the fucking liar, who, when pushed against a wall, you will blame anyone else because you can't look inside and say, I'm a piece of shit. And Jesse, you are a piece of shit. Fuck you. How dare you abuse someone, put your hands on someone, and then say that about them years later? You did that.
Okay, So what do you want me to do so we can move on from this?
I don't want you to do anything but stay the piece of shit you are for the 2 or 3 people who still care about you in a month, because you're done. Everyone's gonna move on. No one will care, Jesse. You're a flash in the pan. You're a lolcow. It's temporary. This is your 15 minutes, and this is what you're choosing to do with it. Lie. You are a liar. You will end up in jail eventually. You will go to prison because that's where people like. I don't want you to do anything. You know what I want you to do, Jesse? Go get help. Go get help and be a better person. You're not.
That's what I'm fucking.
You're not.
I fucking am.
Go get help. Be a better person, and watch out for my interview with Ed, because I promise you're gonna love it. Here's what I want you to do.
What you want me to do so we can move on from this? Please, I'll do anything. Literally anything.
You always say you'll do anything, and the only thing you'll do is continue lying. That's your anything. You can make up anything because you're a liar.
Please just tell me, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, just tell me, because I really need to go to sleep. What do I do?
Go to
sleep.
And
I'll do anything.
Go to sleep. Dream about being a better person. Go to therapy, and make sure that you have your channel alerts on, so that when I do this interview with Ed, you can check it out.
For a full detailed look at everything Jesse really got into, I highly recommend these 2 videos by Imsortakindabored.
This noopuses, my doopuses. Jesse J sang me with the crappy taste of the rocket fuel malt liquor.
Rocket Fuel has that upstate prison flavor that keeps you ugly all night long.
If you want to get down with the sickness, remember, nothing makes your feet stank
like Rocket Fuel malt liquor. Damn!
So Jessica says she's changed. She says she's in therapy, that she's learned, evolved, and moved on. But the truth doesn't bend just because someone keeps retelling it in different ways. Years later, the same stories resurface, the same false accusations, the same manipulations, the same desperate need to be seen and heard in a script she wrote herself. I think it's pretty clear that healing is not what she's after, and changing is not what she's after. She's after attention. And if there's one thing Jessica's taught us, is that some people don't want redemption, they just want an audience. Thanks for watching. Stay smart, stay safe, and question the story before you believe the storyteller. Special thanks to Wes for joining me on this video. Sorry it took a while. It was a lot to go through, lots of videos, lots of time. But yeah, I'm glad you guys all waited for it. Hope you enjoyed it. Special thank you to everybody who has taken the time to get her posts and send them to me. Seriously, I could not have done this without you guys. I love you all so much. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube-y things. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You're just misunderstood. Show everything she can't help but to flaunt. Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think jobless dumb girls should go bouncing on that lotion cam show at home. That girl writes wolf smut, the kind of smut that busts her nut. So just watch out, she's never wrong. This chick is fucked now, sing along. What big lies you have, feeling bad for mom and dad. So until you rent, get your own place, I think you ought to stop, girl, your life's a waste. She's gonna keep her foxtail on. Docs and peeps, creeps, leave me alone. She can't be trusted, YouTubing on her own. Little Red Riding Hood, she's just misunderstood. Shove anything in any old hole you want. I mean,
Comment. subscribe, share.